That remarkable young woman is my daughter.
Yes. Tell me about her.
Well, she was struck in the neck, as you know, by a bullet last year at Normandale Park. And except for the lingering trauma that infuses her every moment, whether awake or asleep, she cognitively remains the same smart, strong-willed, funny, and kind person who spent the bulk of her 20s working and traveling across the globe. She now needs assistance in almost every aspect of her physical life, breathing included. Our daughter arrived by ambulance to the hospital on February 19th, 2022. She was frightened, vulnerable, in shock, and in critical condition. Terrified of being left alone, I stayed with her every day. Her dad stayed with her every night. A month in ICU, 3 months in TRACU, and another month in rehab. She had no voice. We advocated for her, offered her love and encouragement, and eventually learned as best we could how to care for her ourselves. In our spare moments, we tackled the mountain of administrative tasks: healthcare, disability, legal power of attorney, withdrawal from school, finding and hiring contractors to make our home accessible for our daughter's homecoming in a wheelchair. 5 months later, she came home by medical transport. The financial impact on us has been significant. Example, over $120,000 to make our home wheelchair accessible and equipped to care for our daughter. The purchase of a used but reliable van for transport was an additional $60,000. Oregon State Victim Compensation Fund offered the maximum allowed. It did not come close to covering actual costs, but it is helping with the costs of counseling and trauma therapy. Caring for our adult child at home is a round-the-clock commitment. We attend to all of her physical needs. Sleep is an interrupted process for all of us. Most nights, she may need to be turned, or a blanket may need to be added or removed. She may need to be suctioned, a mechanical procedure to clear her airway as she isn't able to cough. Or she may have been lying awake, willing an itch on her face to subside until it becomes necessary to call out for a scratch. Or she may just lie in the darkness, awakened by yet another nightmare that's left her too shaken to return to sleep. There are medications to be dispensed daily, over 12 medicines at 5 intervals during the day and evening, and more if the side effects of her spinal cord injury cause her blood pressure and or her body temperature to fluctuate erratically. These require continuous monitoring to prevent life-threatening occurrences. She needs to be turned every few hours to keep her skin healthy. Muscles need to be exercised a minimum of twice daily. More is better. Being on a ventilator, our daughter can't fight off respiratory infections. To keep her lungs clear, there are a variety of mechanical tasks to be done at a minimum of twice per day. Additionally, every visitor to our home, friends, family, healthcare workers, everybody without exception, must wear a mask to help prevent any virus, even a cold, from threatening our daughter's health. Now that the mask mandate is lifted, even a trip to the doctor's office or hospital becomes wrought with fear of exposure to respiratory viruses. Dressing, bathing, dental and personal care, eating are all tasks that take time, strength, and patience. Our daughter deserves them all to be done with thoughtfulness, care, and respect. Like a newborn, our daughter can never be left alone. Her dad and I stagger our errands, so one of us is always there with her. Finding a professional caregiver is an ongoing challenge. Family, fellow victims, and friends of our daughter have generously stepped up to assist for several hours every week. Without them, we would be on our own. To date, we have not been successful in finding any professional caregiving agency who will accept our ventilator-dependent daughter. We are in our late 60s, and like many, retired at the start of the pandemic due to health concerns of our own. How long will we be able to care for our daughter? And what happens when we're no longer able to? Who will care for her and where? The questions remain unanswered and the uncertainty remains. And above all, we are grateful every day that our daughter is with us.
So thank you so much for coming today and sharing your story with us. So let me ask you, typically when we have a court proceeding, we have people put their name on the record, but that's completely optional for you. Did you want your name to be a part of the record? No. Okay.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
And what is your name?
Well, I'll go by my first name, Leslie.
Leslie. Okay.
Yes.
Is it okay if I call you Leslie?
Absolutely.
Leslie, there's no words that anybody else can say. You told your whole story there, and I can't imagine the phone call that you must have received, or was it a phone call or a visit to the door that when you found out?
Someone came to the door.
To the door.
We were at the hospital within the hour.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
And now here we have you in a courtroom full of people, and you have to be so careful about being around crowds of people. So I'm sorry. Do you want to sit somewhere else where you're not so close to everybody back there, or are you okay with that?
Thank you.
You're okay? Thank you so much.
Appreciate
And what's your husband's first name is?
Craig?
And do you know whether he wanted to speak today?
I don't believe so.
I
spoke for both
You're the
of
voice
us.
for both of them,
I spoke for
right?
both of us, yes.
After all these years, everyone has their role, right? And now you have roles that you never imagined that you would have, but amazing. Amazing, and I do hope that you're able to. It is a terrible thing when we put people through all of the bureaucracy to get the resources they need, right? And you're still fighting that fight, as I understand it. Yeah. And so I'm hoping you are able to find some resources to assist you with your role.
Thank you.
Always a parent, right? Once you're a parent, it never stops, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
All
very
right.
true.
You take
Thank
care
you.
of yourself. Okay. Who else were we going to hear from today?
The next victim is Allie.
Allie. Good afternoon. Thank you. Okay. And what did you want us to know today, Allie?